Microsoft Fabric is one of the latest updates of the Power Platform family. In Microsoft Fabric, you can actually do your data science, data engineering, data analytics, pipeline, warehousing, and all what's not all in one place. You can even as well collaborate with your team in one place. So in this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how you could actually import your data from your GitHub down to your Microsoft Fabric using the pandas data frame immediately. So if you don't have a Microsoft Fabric account, you can click the link in the description. I will drop a link to the video in the description so that you can go and create a free account for free. It's all for free. So all you need to do is, first of all, when you open your Microsoft Fabric, you need to come down to the left bottom here where you have the Power BI logo. You just click on the Power BI logo. You will see categories of other Microsoft Fabric items that is available for you right here. So all I want to do now is I want to do the data science side of it. So I click on data science. So once I click on the data science, it's actually going to take a while and it's going to load. So once it's loads, I'll now have to choose what I want to do. You want to build model. Do you want to experiment? Do you want to open a new notebook or import a new one or use a sample? So I already have something going on already, but I want to open a fresh notebook. So I click on notebook. So this is actually going to open a new environment for me where I could actually start my integrations and all. So going to wait for it to load. Once it loads, then we'll start it up. Then it's actually going to have a Jupyter Notebook environment. If you actually used a Jupyter Notebook, you could see that this ID environment seems a whole lot similar than it. You already have your markdown, automatically generated markdown. Where you have welcome to new notebook, type here to start coding, trying to give you the insight that this is where you are trying to um code. This is the environment that you start writing your code. So currently I want to write a Python code. So you can choose whether you want to write a scalar, SQL code, or R. So whichever one that you want to do. And one thing you should make sure is always make sure that you are in the editing mode. Currently, I'm in the editing mode. If you are in the view mode, you cannot actually edit anything right here. So um that's all that. So now what do I want to do? I want to first of all go to the GitHub and also get the URL that I actually want to import and then import the necessary library. So I'm going to go to the GitHub. So here is the GitHub. Which repository am I trying to get? I'm trying to get it from this particular repository. So it's actually going to open up. Once it's open up, then we trace the data that we're trying to get. So my data this time around is lying on the GitHub. So I want to show you now how you can get this GitHub easily into your Microsoft Fabric. So I click on the um, health data CSV because that's what I want to get so that we could actually view how these dimensions of the data are, how many rows, how many columns that we've got. And then so this is it. This is the dimension of our data, ID, gender, all the status, stroke, everything that we have is already here. So the next thing that we need to do right now is actually click on raw. We need to click on raw so that we could actually copy the URL that it's above here. If we copy this one right here that has this BLOB, then it's not actually going to help us. So we need to copy the one that has no BLOB, that's the blob. So we're going to wait for it to load. Once it loads, then we copy it and then go to our Jupyter notebook and import the necessary library and start our automation and importations. So it's going to take a while, refreshed and loaded. So this is the URL that we need. This URL right here is all we need. So we copy it and then go to our Microsoft Fabric and then do the necessary importations. So here I'll have to first of all import my pandas and then import the data. So import pandas and then the GitHub data. So right here we'll have it. So import pandas first as PD, then inside the variable data, so pd.read CSV. This function is actually going to read the whole data in the raw GitHub file. So let's see if it's going to pop up the GitHub file that we have already. So let's run this code. Let's run this code. So we've actually run the code. It's actually running. This star here shows that it's actually running. When it is good, then it means that okay, all right, our code is actually valid. So to see that we have our file already here, then we have to do data dot head data dot head. Yeah, so we want to be sure okay it has already finished running, so we want to check the data, whether it's called it up. So data dot head. All right, you can see that we have our code right here. We have actually successfully imported our data from the GitHub into our Microsoft Fabric, where we can now write a whole lot of code using the pandas library. So you can see that we have it here. If I want to see the first, this actually shows the first 5. If I want to see the first 20, all I need to do is I should come here and then write 20 and rerun it. So this is it now. This is it, the first 20 samples of my data. So let's actually describe this data and see what we have. The dimension and data dots describe. Sorry. All right, let's run it. So you can see that our code actually ran successfully. So this is the description of our data that we just imported right from GitHub. So you can see we have the count, we have the mean, we have the standard deviation, everything. It has already described it for us. So this is it. This is how to import your data from your GitHub down to your Microsoft Fabric using your pandas data frame. To know more about importing data from online and everything, click on the link in the description. I'll also drop that one too. And also make sure you comment, ask me the question that you like, that you don't understand, anything that you feel like we should um have treated here that is not here. Any question I have at all in Microsoft Fabric and also in Python, you could actually comment in the description. And also, if you want me to do any other video concerning Microsoft Fabric with the new latest updates, also you can drop your recommendations in the comment sections. Thank you for watching.